Hey, you fucking pricks. It's Lamentable Podcast here with another episode of Lamentable Podcast. As always, your hosts, Josh and Kyle, with episode 32. How are you doing, Kyle?
Cool.
That's good.
I guess I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Not bad.
How about you, Josh?
Oh, just fucking amazing. Let me tell you. Just living that good old American dream, the one that our forefathers once believed in.
Yep, for sure.
But other than that, not shit. Yep.
Yeah, same, actually. I mean, it's only been like 2 weeks. We feel like we gotta make them now, so...
Yeah. We have to stay on top of this shit, or we're never gonna fucking do anything. Still haven't gotten any skits scheduled or planned out, but I'm hoping those come soon.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's hard to get people together. We might be playing football soon, so...
If you like really bad podcasts, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We have to say this in the first, minute, because people don't watch past, the first 2 minutes. According to YouTube.
Yep. That is true.
Anyways. What's on the agenda today, Kyle? What do you want to start off with?
Not much. I don't know. I mean, there's not much to talk about. I mean, that's the point, I guess.
All right, I have a couple things.
It's actually not the point, because I don't know they're like, wow, these people are boring as fuck. Why would we want to listen to them? But oh well.
Hell yeah! If you got this far, you've gotten farther than everybody else. You're fucking awesome. Anyways, so recently I've been doing a lot more driving and getting my actual license instead of having my permit for 4 fucking years. And I have been going through the process of getting insurance and getting my car on the road and all that shit. So lately I've been doing a lot more analyzing of the traffic around me while I'm driving. And everybody is fucking stupid. Everybody. Every single fucking person is so bad at driving. It's so bad. So bad. So, a very specific event, which happened today on my way home from work. I was coming by where Tops is. Nobody watching this would know unless they were from Lockport, but you know where Tops is?
Yes.
I always turn into Tops and then go the back way. This time I didn't. I've been getting more used to going
What
around.
entrance do you use? The light or the...
Yeah, at the light I usually turn into the entrance to Tops and then go around the back way to go up to Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
But this, the last few weeks I've been going straight. But this person, no, it was by Walmart this time. I went to Walmart today, so it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Tops one. So this truck passes me in the 30. So it goes out 30 to 45 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Before when you're coming up that hill.
Yeah.
I was going 30. I was going the speed limit 30. I was maybe going 35. And this fucking black truck just passes me and fucking cuts between me and the other guy in the other lane.
People
and I'm like, what the hell is this
People
guy doing?
always speed in that part of transit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it doesn't turn to 45 till up there.
They're like, pretty much what I try to keep it at 40. I do go, it's because I'm going to admit to something here, but I do speed a decent amount. Everybody speeds, but everybody's also speeding, so you got to fucking do it. Yeah. You don't want to get ran over. You have to speed a little bit, because if you're going slow, they're just gonna, they're just gonna think you're retarded. So you can't do that. Shit, we're gonna get canceled. But yeah, everybody speeds right there. I usually wait until the light, right before you start going up the hill, or right after you get up the hill.
Yeah.
What's that street there? Lincoln.
Yeah, it cuts into Lincoln.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was right around that area when he passed us, right over the hill by the light. And so I was like, wow, this guy's a fucking dumbass. And so we're continuing, I'm behind him, and then he cuts back into the lane again. So the lane next to me, to my right. And the light in front by Walmart was red, and they were way ahead of me because they were speeding, and they fucking stopped at the red light way over the line into the intersection. And then the arrow turned green, and they just went straight. The arrow turned green, and it was still a red light, and they just kept going. They just went.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, these people are fucking stupid as shit. And then...
running red lights be like...
excuse me. Now that I'm talking about this, I remember something from yesterday. Maybe the day before yesterday. I was coming home, and I was at the end where One-Eyed Jacks is. Mm-hmm. And you know how there's the turning lane right there, and it doesn't start until, like, after Mobile One's entrance?
Yeah.
I was coming up, and I was in the lane. I wasn't at the turning lane part yet, because I wasn't close enough, and there was a line of cars because it was a red light. And I was going to try to go around, and then there was already, like, a bus or something in the turning lane. And this person in a white SUV pulls up beside me and pulls up beside the fucking bus in the turning lane to turn into Mobile One, and they're sitting there waiting for cars to go through. They're in oncoming traffic. And I was like, what the fuck is that person doing? Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
People are just honking really fucking hard. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ.
He was waiting there?
He was waiting there in oncoming traffic. Just sitting here outside of the turning lane, on the left side of the turning lane in oncoming traffic, sitting there trying to pull into the gas station. I was like, dude, are you fucking retarded?
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen anybody that bad.
It was really bad.
That's pretty bad.
It was super bad. I was like, wow, that's definitely going to be a crash.
One of the first times I was driving, it's me and Donnie played hockey, like, at a roller rink. Because my cousin was playing there, so we were like, it was a bar, but they had like a tiny hockey thing in there you could play ball hockey with. And we played, and it was really bad. We got fucking wrecked, but anyway, that was like one of my first times after getting my license. So it was like pretty much my first time driving at night with Donnie, and we're going to just like out to Niagara Falls, but it's like kind of I mean, if you live around here, you know what you're talking about. It's basically before you get into the city of Niagara Falls, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
And so there's just a bar, like, kind of in between the area. But anyway, there's this weird road where, like, there's traffic coming straight at you.
Yeah.
And it connects. And I didn't realize that you had to go like this, so I just went straight through it. But there was literally no one around. But I was like, oh!
Nice.
So that was fun.
Just over-analyzing everybody else's driving. It's like, wow, this is fucking horrifyingly bad. And, like, how close people fucking cut you, like, to turn. Like, when you're going up transit and people turn into, like, the plazas and shit, they cut it so fucking close. Like, it's 45 up transit. So, like, people are going, like, 45, 50 miles an hour. And you're just cruising in a straight line. And then these people are like, I'm turning now, lol. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you're going to cause more issues. If I don't hit you, the person behind me is going to fucking hit me because I have to press my brakes because you're cutting it so close. Yeah, people are fucking stupid. I was like, maybe I don't even want to get my license and fucking get this car on the road. Like, fuck this.
Because everybody has to fucking drive to get anywhere, pretty much. So everybody has a car. So, and it's not that hard. It's really not that hard to get your license.
No. Everybody, you could go in there and be like, yes, I know how to make left turns. Very cool.
I mean, for one, you're already training for it basically your whole life by going to school. So you know how to learn things really quickly and like get it down. As long as you get the test down, you're good. That's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much. Once you're done with that, you can build whatever.
That's why I was so good in school, because I never did homework, and I did the bare minimum in class. And then when the test came around, I'd get hundreds.
That's one way to do it. The most efficient way. Most time.
So I never really learned anything because it was easy as fuck. It was just a waste of my life, pretty much. And now they're like, pay to go to college. I'm like, nah, I'll pass on that. I've literally, with the, like, just growing up, like, this is, like, we're born in that weird between millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah.
So, like, we grew up.
Well, we're technically considered millennials still.
We're technically, it depends. We're technically Gen Z because it's after 95.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm more of a millennial. And it's because my parents are baby boomers. Yeah. It depends on who your parents are. And my parents were baby boomers, so I feel more like a millennial because we were raised a different way.
Yeah.
That's literally how it is. It's basically your parents. So that's fun. But, like, we didn't grow up with the internet was there, but it wasn't as around as it is now.
Not until we were, like, later in school.
But so there is a bit of our life where it wasn't like, but around like 2004, 2005, everybody pretty much had a computer.
Yeah, it was like iPads. Back when like the iPads came out, schools started using iPads.
Yeah, because they're cheap.
And
I had a computer around that time.
I know schools around now, well, obviously before Corona, but everybody always used the iPad at their desk. Apparently, we only use them let's study for this thing.
Yeah,
it was like a once every couple month thing.
Yeah, literally. Every once in a while, they'd be like, "Here's the lap. You can have the Chromebooks."
Yeah,
well, that's what they do now. Everybody has a Chromebook now, and they're like, "Here." They would literally have laptops like the one I have here.
Yeah,
they'd be a little different because they're for schools, but
yeah, towards our senior year, we started using Chromebooks more.
Yeah,
because that's when they got the grant and shit, and they started getting them more. Every classroom had a whole thing of Chromebooks themselves. But yeah, it wasn't like elementary school to middle school, no fucking electronics.
Yeah, no, not at all. They're like, look at this smart board we got.
Yeah.
We can draw on it and it won't trace it correctly and then not work at all when we try to erase it or do anything else.
I remember that shit.
We're like, wow, this is really fun to watch.
They abandoned the smartboard thing fast. I don't think anybody used smartboards in high school, did they?
No, I don't remember it after middle school.
Damn, I forgot about smartboards. Holy shit.
It was literally 8th grade, I think. It's so weird how also when we were going to school, it was always 1 through 5 and then 6 through 8 and then right after we were the last class of the all of that the same. And then now it's you go 1 through 6 and then 7 and 8.
A lot of shit is different now.
Yeah.
The only major thing that happened while we were in lower grades was the mergers of the elementary schools. Or not elementary schools, middle schools. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know if they closed down one of the middle schools or what they did.
They still use both the middle schools, but it's just different grades now.
The bus routes.
It's different grades now.
But
everybody in 6th and 7th grade goes to the one school, and no, 5th and 6th grade goes to one school. 7 and 8 goes to the other school. Huh. The one we graduated from is 7 and 8. So that's why we stayed in the same school when it changed.
Ah. Yeah.
And then we went to high school and we were like, who fucking... High school was pretty fun, actually.
It literally wasn't that big of a deal. Everyone's like, oh my god, high school, this and that's gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, lol, everything's a fucking meme. Literally, high school, especially our junior and senior years...
Yeah, literally.
Was just a fucking meme.
You just don't give a shit at all.
It was just lol, do whatever you want whenever, haha, as long as you get at least to this grade on this. And then senior year was half of your day is BOCES, the other half is nothing.
It's so easy. Oh my god. And BOCES was not hard either.
BOCES was a break.
Literally.
And then towards the end, I was working. I think you were working.
Yeah, I worked for a little while.
We didn't even go to school. We just went to work and then went to school and did gym and lunch. Wow.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. Literally have one class. My only class that year was social studies. I had a study hall. And then I got out in period.
Sick. Yeah, I didn't get early release. Because I didn't do good my first 2 years of high school.
I could have actually gotten out I don't think they schedule classes like that for the seniors that go to BOCES anyway, but because it's always lunch and then the last 10 minutes of lunch or so, and then we had gym. The next class was always gym or a study hall. Yeah, so that we didn't miss anything.
I barely remember any of that shit now.
But I literally had 2 study halls then because everybody did actually have a study hall because of that. Because every other day of gym was study hall.
The only classes I remember was English class. Because that was the last.
I passed all my English classes, so I didn't have to. Oh, I took English at BOCES. That's why.
Oh yeah, I did math for mine
because you got credits at.
Yeah,
I passed all my math classes anyway, so I didn't have math either.
I did. Yeah, I hate math. I fucking despise.
I actually like math. I should have taken a math class, but
ask me 4 times 6, and I could fucking.
They did start
20
to get
minutes to do that.
Trigonometry was the first one that really confused the fuck out of me. I think I'm just not into fucking. All trigonometry is triangles and shit, and it's stupid as fuck. It's literally TRI. It's all sine and cosine and tangent. It's so stupid.
I don't think I took a math class the whole last 2 years because of BOCES. I was fuck all that. I'm skipping all that shit, and I'm dumb as fuck when it comes to math now. So I can talk. I can write. I am a really good writer. I did my essays fucking very great.
I don't like writing. I don't know. I feel I overanalyze myself too much.
Math wasn't just not a
That's why I like math, because there's no you're either right or you're wrong.
Yeah, literally.
I don't want you to like read my shit and like, I don't know. Everybody is different with how they write and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird.
School.
Yeah.
Good thing the only kind of school we'll ever have to go to is like something for a job where they like do this training stuff. That's kind of like school. And like then the insurance reduction thing was 6 hours. And that was pretty much like a school class. I literally felt like I was in school.
How was that? What even was it?
It was 6 fucking hours. Okay, so this is bullshit. Okay, so the class itself.
I know the 5-hour course is some weird thing. It's like a slideshow, isn't it?
It's like, yeah, it's a guy, it's an instructor, and he goes through a PowerPoint.
Wow, that's really fun.
Sometimes there's videos, stuff like that. The 5-hour course was much more bearable than this thing I did. This was 6 hours. You had to pay $25 to do the class. Mm-hmm. And then there was a fuck ton of different upcharges. It was like, oh, pay $5 to get your certificate faster. And then it was like,
what?
And then it was like, pay $5 to have a narrator read all the stuff to you. And at first, I was like, fuck that, I'm not paying extra for anything. That's bullshit. So I went through and I was like reading it. And it was taking me forever to get through like one page. And I was like, fuck this. I'm paying the $5 to have him read it to me.
Oh, my God.
It was such bullshit. Every little tiny nitpicky thing, they were like, $5 to do this.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
And I was like, wow, thank you. The government.
It's because it's online, I'm sure. Because when I took the 5-hour course, it's like a normal like class when I took it.
Yeah.
You took it online. I didn't. I actually like went into AAA and took it. Well, I mean, nobody can go in now because of the freaking COVID. But
yeah, normally you can do the thing that I did, the 6-hour reduction thing. You can normally do that in a class at like AAA and stuff.
When I took my 5-hour course at the exact same time, a 6-hour course started. There was 2 of them. No, the 6-hour course started an hour earlier, I think. But
damn. But yeah, I had to do it because insurance for young men is very bad, and I'm not on my parents' insurance or anything, so I have to have my own. So I'm like, give me any of the discounts possible, please. Thank you. So that's great.
The general.
Yeah, probably I don't know. I'm assuming it's like the worst possible insurance to own if you ever had to get in an accident.
I assume it's literally just a piece of paper that says you're insured. I imagine that's what it is.
But my plan is to have that for 6 months or a year, 2 policies, and then get quotes from like Progressive and State Farm and shit like that. So they'll be like, oh, you've had insurance before. That's good. Yes.
Yeah, literally.
And like, you've had your license for longer than this amount of time. That's good. Yes, here's your good deal. Because like, I was getting quotes from Liberty Mutual that were like $230, $225, and that's really good for my age. But they were like, yeah, they literally kept giving me the runaround. And instead of just telling me outright that they don't want to sign me up, which I'm assuming they're just not allowed to, because
probably not. They're probably literally not.
But they were like, you have to prove your address. And I was like, so I sent them a picture of my ID, and they were like, we can't take that. It has to be a government thing. And I'm like, my ID is a government issued fucking item. They were like, we need a water bill and an electric bill. So I sent them a water bill and an electric bill, and they're like, we can't take your water bill because it's connected to your rent. And I was like, what the fuck? They're like, we need a pay stub with your address on it. So I sent them a picture of my pay stub with my address on it. They're like, oh, we can't take that. Well, no, they didn't say they couldn't take it. They left me on hold for 10 minutes. And then the lady got back on the phone and she was like, we'll call you tomorrow to let you know. And then they never called me back. So I was like, okay, they're clearly giving me the fucking runaround.
Yeah.
I spent literally an entire day doing that shit. Like, don't even just tell me that I don't qualify. Just tell me right off the bat that I don't qualify. So
don't waste my time.
Fucking day.
Yeah, you're literally just wasting time.
Fucking waste my day away doing this bullshit when I'm trying to do something to better myself. So now I have to have the fucking general.
Yeah, so we're going to have Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq.
The podcast.
I'm going to... Yeah. Like, this fucking shitty, no name, no view time podcast has Shaquille O'Neal on it.
Neither of us watch basketball.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But, I like Shaq. I know enough about Shaq to... Played for the Orlando Magic and the Lakers.
Didn't he play for a bunch of teams?
He did play for a bunch of teams. All he had to do was score dunks because he's tall as fuck.
Yeah, all he had to do was be on the court, and he was pretty much going to do shit. Yeah. He was one big boy.
That's why they purposely fouled him, and they called it Hack-a-Shack, so they had to take free throws because he always missed free throws, excuse me. But you're not going to stop him from dunking.
There's a picture of him with a basketball, and it looks like a little tiny ball in his hands.
No, all those
that was real.
A lot of basketball players are like that. Their hands are huge. Their hands are literally the size of the ball.
Like, they just, like, it looks like he could just take it with his fingers and just do that.
Literally. No, a lot of, like, to be a good basketball player, you got to be, like, huge like that. That's why I'm not into it, because I'm tiny as fuck.
I like watching, I saw a couple videos, and it was, like, Shaq using normal things compilation, and it's like him with a water bottle or a pop bottle, and it just looks super fucking tiny because his hands are huge. His fucking hand is probably like as big as my torso. Like he was holding a water bottle and he like sips it like this. He's like I couldn't imagine. That's just got to be ridiculous. And then the picture of him, it's a pretty old picture. I don't know if it's still his girlfriend or not, but it was like him with his girlfriend. It was like this really fucking. I'm sure she probably wasn't super short, but next to him she was super short. But it's this really tiny white chick. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah, she was probably like 5'2" or something.
Yeah.
But he's like 6'7" or something like that. So it's just a whole.
He's a very large man. But I'm covered by
might be 7 foot.
An insurance that's sponsored by him. Shaq is in like every commercial. I don't know if it's just he really likes money or what it is, but
he really likes money, I guess. I don't blame him. I'd do it too.
He's an icy hot.
I would do that shit too if I was.
He's in Papa John's. Is it Papa John's?
It's not a Papa John's. He was before the whole Papa John.
Yeah. He was like, he's like, I own 16 Papa John's restaurants.
I think he still does own them, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, you fucking idiot.
But yeah. But so hopefully nobody crashes into me. I'm a pretty safe driver. I don't do stupid shit. Sometimes I'll pull some dumbass maneuver to get around like a turn, but it's not like I don't like fucking, what's that called? I don't tailgate people. I don't fucking cut out in front of people.
It's not even that hard.
Like, it's not hard at all. People are just stupid as fuck.
Yeah, people are just stupid.
There's no reason for there to be this many traffic issues. Like all the stats and shit that 6-hour thing told me, it's like by the time you're done with this course, 45 people would have died from traffic accidents. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's like 95% of traffic accidents are user error.
Of course they are.
It's like, okay, very cool. Thank you. That makes me feel safe when I'm driving. Have some dumbass fucking brushing his fucking mustache and eating a fucking Dunkin' Donuts fucking muffin fucking behind me going 10 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah. With the wheel in his knees and he's texting.
Yeah. Gotta love that. But it shouldn't be an issue. We don't really live in a super crazy area, so I shouldn't have that much of a problem.
We live in like the quiet part. It would probably be way worse down transit. Like I hate driving in Amherst. Like I did it for a while.
Yeah.
Like when I was, it just sucks because there's so much traffic. So you're like, oh wow, this is real fun. And then it's 3 lanes of traffic there in some spots.
Yeah.
And then most of it's 2 in Lockport, and then there's just parts of freaking Lockport that are just 1 lane.
Yeah.
Like sick.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do very much highway driving.
It's easier.
I don't really have an issue with it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Coming up, like when you go down that fork, when you're coming off of transit, that part's fine because that part's just like a long straightaway. But once you get up towards like Buffalo, towards the mall area, and you have to go around all those fucking turns.
The thing is, with it is, it's easier because everybody's constantly moving.
Yeah.
No one's gonna there's not gonna be someone stopped and pull out in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's really like no intersections. There's like those 2 intersections there when you come off that curve.
It's just hard. Yeah, you got to make sure you're in the right lane. Like that's why whenever I do that, I always make sure I'm in the right lane as quick as possible, and then I can just drive straight. A lot of people don't do that. They're like, I'm gonna get in the absolute last second.
I've done that a couple times.
I've done it a few times, but I'm like, tell me what lane it is now, and I'll just get in it.
Yeah. I'm going to rely heavily on Google Maps probably if I ever go outside of
Lockport. Yeah, I have to. That's how I did it too. I still have to do it if I leave Lockport, really.
But like I know a few times I would be in like the left lane and it would just end, and I'm like, oh, there's a fuck ton of people next to me in the right lane, so I have to fucking just wait. Hopefully I can squeeze myself in there. And I don't want to get caught in shit like that. Early morning or late at night, I probably wouldn't have an issue really, because then there's like nobody out there anyways. But midday, everyone's coming home from work, rush hour fucking type shit. That shit gets on my nerves.
That's when I normally DoorDash. So
how far have you gone? Like how far out do you go when you do that?
I just am Lockport. Every once in a while, it's like, go to Gasport for this Walmart delivery. I'm like, no. Why would I ever do that? Fuck no.
Don't you want to spend more in gas than you're getting paid to do the delivery, Kyle?
People do it too, but it's like, don't. It's literally like people that are, when you DoorDash, a lot of people are dumb because they just do it as a side job, but I don't. That's my. Yeah. So like, if it's less than $5, I'm probably not even going to take it.
Yeah.
Like some people just accept everything. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm here to make money. I'm not fucking wasting my time.
You're not here to pussyfoot around. You're gonna grab that 9-foot form and walk it through the mud.
But it's just dumb though. Like if it's literally the good tip is if it's $1 per mile. There's no reason to go for less than that. So whatever. Just park up at Tops and wait, and then it's like go to McDonald's for $3. I'm like, haha.
Have you tried to do any other ones? Like, because you can do multiple at once. Like, have you tried doing, like, the other ones? Not, like, Uber or anything like that, but I mean, like, there's other delivery.
Yeah, they're just not in Lockport right now. I've tried them. DoorDash is the only one in Lockport. There might be some Grubhub, but...
I think Uber Eats is in Lockport.
It might be now.
Unless they're outside of
Lockport. I think Uber Eats...
come to Lockport.
I think Uber Eats did start. It depends on the stores that have it signed up.
When I used to DoorDash and Uber Eats a lot. Like, a fuck ton.
It's really, like, honestly, it's a terrible deal, but people are lazy.
Yeah, it's just convenient. I usually did it when I was at
It's convenient, yeah.
And, I would always get, like, Checkers or something for, like, really far away. There's this one sub shop I like that's in, like, fucking Williamsville or something. And I would always order from there. And I would feel really bad for the person because they would literally have to drive from Williamsville all the way to Lockport to bring me a fucking sub and a chicken fingers.
Yeah, that's why you got to give them a good tip. Like, if you actually want them to do it, you got to give them a tip.
I would give them, like, the $3 tip there, and then I'd give them money, like, cash. Because then they don't have to fucking be like, DoorDash would be like, can I have some of that, please?
Because DoorDash doesn't tell you. It says, oh, this is how much you could make, but if you put a good tip on there, after you get it, it'll be like, oh, it's actually this amount. DoorDash is so fucking scummy, I hate them.
Yeah.
They're, like, really scummy, because there's no laws against it right now. There's still no laws against it yet. That's why I do it, because I'm like, I'm not going to work for less than minimum wage, literally.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time and actually resources, because I'm fucking paying to drive you around.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Didn't they have laws in the UK? Don't they have, like...
Yeah, but we live in the US where everybody has to make money.
I know, but I'm assuming they'll adopt those in the US at some point.
What do you, we can't be political.
Because, I don't know, I remember reading some article about how DoorDash and Uber Eats or something, and, like, Uber, like, shut down working there because they didn't
I'm
like
not
it.
surprised.
I don't know. I don't remember what country it was or whatever. But, yeah, they need to do something.
Uber's a little different in that you have to deal with people. So if you're okay with that, I don't want to fucking deal with people. But,
yeah.
Because they're a lot more likely to give you a tip because you're giving them a ride. You're like,
yeah, they're personally right there in front of you. Yeah, my Uncle Pat, he does Uber and Lyft. Mm-hmm. He says he makes pretty good money.
I'm sure he does.
But he goes everywhere. He goes all around. He's taking people like Pennsylvania and shit.
I mean, if they want to give him the money, I would do it too. Mm-hmm. Fuck it.
Got to get one of those things where they take the NFL.
He's got a big ass van, so
yeah. You got to do one of those things where you take an NFL player from like fucking New York to California, and they're like, "Oh, here's $50,000, lol."
That'd be sick.
That would be pretty sick. But I would never be able to do any of those apps because I have an old car. They're like, people won't like your car. I could probably do like DoorDash or something, but I would never be able to afford anything if I did DoorDash. I don't know.
Oh! I mean, I just don't do it a lot.
Yeah. What do you do? Like 3 days a week?
I do it like 4 days a week. I only work a few hours every day. I won't say how much money I make, but you can actually make more if you want to work like full time. You could make a decent amount.
If you worked like 9 to 7.
If you literally work like 25, 30 hours, you could make okay money. Like pretty close to it. It would be like a close to a
minimum wage job.
Like just a minimum wage job for the same amount.
Yeah.
It's just a lot easier because you're in your car. That's why I like it, because I don't have a fucking boss or anything.
All the ads, yeah.
And I'm not a retard.
All the ads.
As long as you're not an idiot, as long as you're not like, this is my food now, or cause an accident, nothing's going to happen.
All the ads I see, it's like, make $1,000 a week with DoorDash. It's like, bullshit.
So, yeah. That is bullshit. I also think, because I just thought about this. So, like, you know how McDonald's, every restaurant is open, pretty much, except for McDonald's. You still have to go through the drive-thru. I think it's because DoorDash is a contract. It's got to be. Because DoorDash sponsors Bubba Wallace in NASCAR now, and he always has McDonald's on the car. So...
Fucking NASCAR conspiracy theory.
Well, it's not because of NASCAR, but it's just... It's got to be, because everybody else is open.
Like, you can go in the store?
Yeah. Like, DoorDash, there's got to be some deal that DoorDash says that, like, if they want delivery, and the only way to get McDonald's is through delivery, they got to go through DoorDash.
Interesting.
So, unless you drive your own car through there, obviously.
Huh.
Which is why it's so stupid to me. Every time, because I literally have to go through the drive-thru to get fucking DoorDash shit.
And their drive-thru's always long as fuck.
And their drive-thru
no one can go in.
And I'm like, why? This is just people that really want McDonald's. Why the fuck do you want to wait that long in the line for McDonald's? Like,
yeah,
I hate McDonald's. I legitimately only ever go to McDonald's if it's the only place open.
Yeah.
Because it's just not good to me. It's just shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't had McDonald's.
Like, I went to Burger King. I prefer Burger King. A lot of people hate Burger King. I actually, will eat Burger King every now and then. It's not bad.
The Bacon King goes pretty hard. Whenever I went to Burger King, that's usually what I'd get. Bacon King or the they'd have like specialty versions randomly, or the bacon double stack king with mayo.
Yeah. There was I just saw a Burger King commercial last night, and it was like a burger with sourdough buns.
Oh yeah,
and it just does a Little Wayne 6 foot 7 foot in the background. I'm like, sick.
That's pretty sick. It's like yes. That's what I think.
I was watching Adult Swim, to be fair.
When I think sourdough Burger King burger, Lil Wayne comes to mind.
I was just up because my sleep schedule's all fucked, so it's like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, yeet. Eric Andre is on Adult Swim, so I'm just watching that, and then there's just a Burger King commercial. Eric Andre show's good.
I only watch it on YouTube. I'll watch like compilations and stuff.
It's on Hulu. I just haven't used Hulu in a while. That's where I watched a little bit of it.
I can't wait for the new season of Dickie to come out. Lil Dicky. I can't think of the name of the show.
Yeah, I know what show you're talking about. I never got into it. I've seen a couple episodes.
It's pretty funny.
I didn't think it was that good, but...
It's just stupid humor, and I have a pretty low IQ.
It's okay. So. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't spend all my time watching it.
They're really short episodes, too. And then it's just funny.
I don't watch TV shows, so that's why.
Yeah. I watch...
That's why I like Eric Andre, because the episodes are like 15 minutes long, so... Because I don't know, I can't stand how... I couldn't watch one thing like that for so long.
You have to watch either on YouTube or on like a app like Netflix or something, because commercials are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I have a hard time watching football.
Commercials are terrible. Oh, the commercials in NASCAR are so much worse, so it's just ingrained in me. But I still don't watch regular TV, because I literally only watch live. Like, I'm not going to watch it unless it's live, and this is the only way you can see it happening right now.
Does NASCAR have a thing where it's just always on? There's no commercials? Can you, like, pay for a subscription?
Nope. Those TV contracts, Josh. Because I have to say this every time I'm read. I'm like, you realize that NASCAR's main source of income is its TV contract.
Well, yeah, that's not like people fucking buying official like NASCAR jerseys.
Because all the money for each race goes to the track. Not all the money, but a lot of the money. Like the ticket sales is the track's ticket sales. That's not going to NASCAR. NASCAR gets a little bit of it.
Excuse me.
But that's the track's event.
Yeah.
So they get the money. So their main, I just don't think NASCAR realizes yet that how much money they would actually make if they did it. Like, people would pay for it.
People would definitely pay. That's like the main source of people's like entertainment now. Like those apps and like streaming services and shit. People would literally rather wait a week to see it on a streaming service than watch it with commercials. Like,
because we realized how much better it is to be able to choose what you want to watch.
Yeah, and fuck commercials. Why would I want to watch some bullshit?
Yeah, literally.
Like, oh yes, now that I see a fucking RX prescription commercial for COPD, I'm gonna go get it now.
Yeah, literally.
It's like, wow. It's like, yes, the fourth car insurance commercial in a row.
Yes, we're also gonna get the Limu, Emu, and Doug on. Since that would have been if you got Liberty Mutual, but
yeah, Liberty Bibbity, some bullshit. It's really bad too because now YouTube is just all ads.
Yeah, it's just actual commercials now.
And
ad block, yeet.
Then like the beginning of last year, they added the double ads. And now there's like double unskippable ads, so that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I can't stand ads. I've been using ad block since I got the internet, basically.
I watch it on fucking my console.
Since I started using Google Chrome anyway, but... Not that... I used to use Firefox. The problem... Chrome actually isn't even that good, but it just... Everything is linked to Google now, so... Yeet.
Yeah. Google kind of owns the internet at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, if you want to find anything, Chrome is the way to go.
I mean, it used to be Internet Explorer.
What's that? What's that other search engine that people like to use besides Google?
Edge is just...
It's not
Microsoft.
It's not one of the mainstream ones.
Firefox, Opera. Opera's pretty shitty, but...
I can't think of what it is.
I used to know.
I am never going to remember it because I've only heard it a couple times, but... It, like, gives you the actual best search results and not just a bunch of fucking...
Oh, like a search engine? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of what it is.
DuckDuckGo?
Yeah, it is DuckDuckGo. I woke up in the middle of the night, because I usually go to sleep. I'll watch, like, I'll just put a random YouTube video on and it'll just go through random shit while I'm sleeping. And I'll wake up and 98% of the time it's a Joe Rogan podcast, because I just watch those more often than not. And the one time I woke up, and it was just Joe Rogan talking to this guy about DuckDuckGo. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never even heard of that before.
I've seen ads and stuff for it. So.
He's like, when I use that shit, I don't have to look through anything. Pretty much the first thing up on there is just the best, and I get what I need, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Very cool.
So the Bills... They signed their very good, is it linebacker?
Yes, he's
Matt
a linebacker.
Milano for another 4 years. That's exciting news.
That's good. Matt Milano is probably my favorite defensive player.
Yeah, he's really good.
I like Trey. I mean, everybody on the Bills, there's just no stars on the Bills defense, so.
Yeah.
Like, Trey White is like the biggest one.
Yeah,
Trey White's a meme.
You got Trey White.
But they're literally, quarterbacks are so afraid to throwing to Trey White that you never see him. They literally never throw to Trey White ever.
As soon as like his first and second year, they were like, fuck that. We're never throwing to him again. But Tremaine Edmonds was supposed to be really big. He's okay.
It's just because he's really young. Like, he's a lot younger than people realize. He just turned 21 this year, and it's his third year.
Yeah.
Third year in the league.
He did better this year. Well, the beginning of the season, he wasn't doing jack squat, and then towards the end of the season, he started picking it up. But he still didn't really.
He's an older. I mean, he's a tackling, like, running linebacker kind of.
Mm-hmm.
He's a middle linebacker, so
he's a big boy.
Matt Milano's an outside linebacker, so he covers people and stuff. Matt Milano, like, he's really, like, I don't know if people, like, his passing defensive, like, numbers are, like, actually, like, some of the best in the league. Like, the entire league. Not just linebackers, like, the entire league. Like, his percentages of pass completed against him is, like, the lowest in the league. I mean, they're also throwing to, like, tight ends and stuff. But, I mean, there's still good tight ends out there and stuff.
He's that cookie boy, that's for sure. He be like,
so that's good. He's literally everywhere too. He makes like every tackle. Yeah. That's why he's a good player. He can tackle anybody from anywhere. So it's like sick.
I wonder who we're gonna end up getting. I haven't been keeping track of anybody.
No one knows who they're gonna draft this year.
It seems
they don't seem like they're. I have no idea what they're gonna do.
I'm assuming they're gonna do some run defense stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna do defense, but
their run defense was pretty subpar this year. But other than that, I can't think of anything else, really. Offense seems to be pretty solid. I don't think they're going to go for another running back because
I don't think they're going for running. They're going to go for an offensive lineman before running back.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully there's some big chunky boys are up there because we're pretty late in the draft this year because of how well we did.
They're going to they're going to have to draft another. Well, they might. Maybe they'll sign a receiver. Well, they'll probably draft another receiver. Just because John Brown got cut.
Yeah, I wonder. John Brown getting cut. I wonder if that was. I mean, I'm assuming it was just a cap space move, but
yeah, they just realized they were like, well, Gabe Davis did pretty good, so.
Gabe Davis did really well last year.
The problem with Brown is he's just old, and they just didn't want him to get injured again and miss half the season like he did.
Yeah, he did the last 2 seasons, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he miss the last part of the season last year, or the year before that? And then last year he was the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they don't want him to get injured. And that's kind of the scary thing with Milano. I don't know if because he's been actually injured a lot too, but
over the last couple of years,
he's missed I think he missed 16 games the last 2 years or 3 years. I think it was. So, which maybe it was 8 or 9. I don't know. He's missed enough that people would be worried, and he missed half the season this year.
Yeah.
So
was it ribs? Did he break his ribs or something?
I don't remember what it was, but
I don't know. Hopefully, all I care about is if we do as good as we did this year or better. It would be pretty sick if we continuously did well and then slipped into a couple Super Bowls along the way.
I mean, this is how the Bills were for a while. We seem like we're on that path.
The last few years, we've been getting better and better, so.
I mean, Sean McDermott.
Yeah, he be going hard as fuck. He's like, I tell you what, if you don't be winning these games, if you don't.
I mean, Sean McDermott was just the best coaching hire I think in the just years for any team ever.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, no one has turned around team around that quickly.
No, hell no. And so many coaches over the last few years have been fired, traded, switched, fucking removed, fucking gotten rid of. It's ridiculous. And the Bills were doing that for a while, a few years. They just kept getting new coaches.
Patience, I guess, with Sean McDermott, and
we got fucking steal.
Literally, his career was set just because they made the playoffs his first season.
Oh yeah,
I mean they backed their way in ass backwards, but they still made the playoffs.
Bass backwards.
Yes.
Yeah, they
broke the streak. They did it.
Yeah,
and they had a chance to beat Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was just a shit.
But Jacksonville made it to the AFC Championship that year. So
yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Sean McDermott was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a new ecosystem around here. We're gonna make everything a little better." And then he's like, goes to playoffs first year, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then he didn't make it the next year, but now he's
it was Josh Allen's rookie season.
Yeah. And now he's like, we're going every fucking year. I swear to God, if we don't make it to the Super Bowl every fucking year, all of them are getting sued.
Yeah, and then just Josh Allen somehow just makes the craziest leap any quarterback has ever taken in the history of the NFL.
He's like, yeah, I'm good now, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys that.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's super awesome, though. I hope he stays consistent. Well, no, I hope he gets better. Yeah. Could you imagine if he triples his numbers like he did last year? If he triples his numbers from last year, from the year before like he did, he'd be fucking unstoppable. He's like, lol, never miss a ball, perfect dime to everybody.
That was sick though. Because this year when I pretty much in fantasy last year, it was him or Kyler Murray because I was like, well, if they can't throw the ball, they're gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
And then Josh was just like, throw the ball. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he ran half as much as he did the year before. he still ran some pretty good ones. He had that one versus the fucking Broncos that he just ran like 58 yards or some shit. That was a wild one. But other than that, he didn't really do anything crazy on his feet this last year.
But he's still big, so he can run.
Oh yeah, he can. His main thing this year was escaping pressure. He still ran, but he didn't like run for yards. He ran to like around to get away from shit, and he pulled some crazy shit off multiple times. He'd be like, "Oh, there's 4 defenders running at me at full speed." Rolls to the left, also rolls back to the right after rolling left. Throws 50-yard bomb to John Brown or Stephon Diggs. I am good now. Oh yeah, by the way, I tripled my numbers from last year, in which I also tripled those numbers from the year before that. So if he triples his numbers this year, people are just gonna lose their fucking minds.
Just sets the passing record immediately.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, the Bills are garbage as fuck.
Just blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the season passing record is. Probably a little over 5,000. So if he triples his numbers this year, it's just like 16,000 yards.
He only throws 100-yard bombs every single play.
Just you playing Madden, pretty much.
Yeah, my fucking created Bills team from Madden 15. I did it in Madden 18 too. Literally just, I had EJ Manuel as the all-time passing record at 7,800 yards. It's like, okay, EJ Manuel, thank you, very good. And then in 2018, I think I still had Tyrod Taylor. I think Tyrod Taylor is still on the team. And Tyrod Taylor would just he would get like 1,000 running yards per game and shit.
Nice.
All quarterbacks is like the move now. Like you can't get hired as a quarterback if you're not.
Yeah,
mobile.
literally. If you have to. Josh Allen is literally like Lamar Jackson are like the 2 biggest, and Mahomes is the same way. Mahomes is similar just because you can't fucking take him down.
Yeah. He doesn't get like,
and they were all drafted the same year too.
Yeah.
No, actually Mahomes is a year older, but they're all like the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's like, yes, we are the new breed. Come fuck with us.
It's crazy. Tom Brady is like, yeet. Like, I can barely fucking move, but lets me win every game anyway.
He could never run.
I mean, that's just how quarterbacks used to be. He's just a pocket passer. You gotta stand in the back there and throw it.
That's how they used to do it.
That's why Josh Allen's so good, because he can stand in the pocket and look to throw, and then if he can, he's like, well, I'll just bowl some dudes over and get the first down.
Yeah, this year he had that one play where he stiff-armed and pushed to the ground 2 dudes in a row.
Mm.
Well, he took the one guy down, smashed him into the ground with his head, pretty much. And then the guy that he did the first one was holding onto his leg, and he did a second one. I was like, wow, this man is fucking crazy. He's always been fucking those crazy things. Like, his first year, he jumped over that Vikings defender.
Yeah.
And Air Allen. That's what they fucking call him because of that. And then people make like t-shirts and shit, like the Jordan logo, but it's just him jumping. I don't know. It's just exciting to have good players on your team for the first time in pretty much my entire life.
Yeah. Unlike the Sabres. Oh my god. I hate the Sabres so much.
True that.
I don't dislike the players, but some of them are bad. But this team has been bad for so long. It's literally just, the fans are literally like turning. I've never seen any team like lose this much hope. Like, you purposefully lose for years. This started because the Sabres were making they would make the playoffs and then not make it really too far, but we were in the playoffs. Now we're like, please, anything. We want to make the playoffs just once.
What was that, 2 years ago? We went on we won a fuck ton of games. We won 10 straight games at one point.
Stupid. In the start of the season. They were at one point, by the end of December, it was like they had a 70% chance of making the playoffs. And they still fucked up and didn't make the playoffs. It was like, oh my god. They started the year so well.
Yeah.
There's so many. Being a Sabres fan is just terrible.
I don't keep up with hockey very much.
I mean, part of it is because the Bagulas would rather put all their money in the Bills, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot more money in football. But just, please, just sell the Sabres for the fans' sake and let someone who actually wants them to win do it.
It would be the smart move.
Like, Ralph Kruger is honestly the worst coach I've ever seen. It's terrible. 8 games. As of tonight, we've lost 8 games straight. And we've won 2 of the last, it would be 16 games now, which is literally a month's worth of games. Still not fired.
Jesus.
How? It's so bad. No one, oh my God, it's awful. The only player that plays like he actually wants to be there is Dylan Cousins, and he's a rookie, so of course he's playing like... That's what Jack Eichel was for a while, but I don't blame him for being upset, considering his career. So stupid. But there's all the fans that want to blame him like he's the problem, yeah. The best player on the team is the problem, for sure. Not the management or the ownership, for sure. It's the best player on the team. But, I mean, it's just so bad.
I don't think... Because of the past few years, my dad has been really into hockey, but he kind of just didn't really care about it for a while. I'm assuming just because the Sabres have been ass for the last 20 years, but the past couple of years, like the past 3 or 4, you went to a game with us.
Yeah.
The past 3 or 4 years, my dad's been really big into hockey. I haven't talked to him about it this year, but I imagine he's not watching.
I would hope he's not watching. I don't fucking watch.
I'm gonna assume he doesn't, just because they're ass. Like
it's literally one of the worst teams I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
We're 6 years into the rebuild. Jack Eichel. We literally lost on purpose, Josh. We finished last in the league on purpose 2 years in a row for this, Josh. 6 years later, we're still worst team in the league. Who would have thought?
Nice.
Crazy.
Hell yeah. That's how you gotta do it, Kyle. That's the smart move.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if they do this multiple years in a row, the Peculiars will probably give up on them.
Literally, I get it. You gotta, obviously you have to allocate money between the two teams, and your moneymaker is the Bills. I get it. And they were really good last year.
Yeah.
So, I understand, that you want to put more money in the Bills, but, fuck's sake. Please try to do something.
That's the thing. The Pegulas are rich as fuck. They're
it's literally
really rich. And they could probably do whatever they wanted to make the Sabres really good.
It's because Kim Bagula is running the, she just, I don't know. Like I said, she doesn't care. It's basically a hobby to her. Well, yeah, every once in a while, her husband says, here's some money, go do what you want.
And she's like, I'm going to buy the Sabres. That'd be sick as fuck.
But they're like, okay, so let's hire the cheapest coach we can find and the cheapest GM we can find. Oh, now we can't fire our coach even though he's terrible because we don't want to pay more than one coach. Literally why they haven't fired him. It's so stupid.
Imagine being so rich that your hobby is buying sports teams. That'd be impressive. Yeah, I'm just going to pick a city and buy all their sports teams.
That's literally what they did.
That's hilarious.
I don't know where they're from. I know they made money from fracking, though. So.
Yeah, something like that.
And fracking is banned in New York, so definitely not here.
Yeah. They're doing a really good job with the Bills. Obviously, they're doing something good with the Bills.
Well, they got lucky, but...
Yeah.
The NFL runs the hiring process. The NFL itself. The NFL is literally you have to hire, or not hire, but you have to interview X amount of these types of staff for your... if you want to do a head coaching hire. So they, whatever, Sean McDermott applied and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they asked for him, but obviously they saw something in Sean McDermott, but which was good. I get it, but
yeah.
There's rules where you have to interview a certain amount of minority staff from other teams and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the team that this is literally, there's a rule that says if you hire someone, if you hire a minority coach from another team, the team that they were taken from gets draft picks. They just get free draft picks.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I mean, that's good, I guess. Which is why the Bills wanted to get rid of Leslie Frazier so bad. But
yeah, to get them free draft picks. They
I don't think they'll get rid of Frazier, but
Who was was the coach before McDermott? Rex Ryan?
yeah.
It's so weird to think about, like...
Yeah, and Rex Ryan was so bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was
He was like, let me hire my brother as a defensive coordinator, lol.
Oh my god.
That did not turn out
so
well at
fucking
all.
bad.
Those
were the days.
That was bad. The Bills were so bad for so many years. Like, from as long as I can remember watching football on TV, they've been garbage. Like, every now and then you'd get a sick win, and I'd be like, whoa, the Bills win, that's super cool, oh my god. And then...
Like, I literally remember, like, the first couple games of the year, we're like, are the Bills actually good now? We were like, what the fuck is this? How are we watching this?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm glad that I'm old enough to comprehend what the fuck's going on, and they're actually good, because if I was younger and I missed the good years, I'd be pissed. But there's like 30 and 40-year-old people that are like, wow, we were super fucking good, and now we've just been garbage for 20 years. What are we going to do?
They're like, oh, fuck, we're good again.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really nice when your home team sports ball do good now. It's pretty sick. I can't lie. I've been much more...
Like, I can't imagine... Because there's nothing to Buffalo, really. There's really nothing in Buffalo other than our sports teams. So we all, like, really love our sports teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been to a game anywhere else or anything like that, but I can't imagine that there's a lot better sports, like, environments.
Yeah, no. Going to a Bills game is definitely an experience.
Like
that's, like, amazing. One of my favorite things in the world is going to Bills games and going to
We're also
concerts.
just alcoholics in Buffalo, so that helps, but...
Yeah. An excuse to go drink, but also do one of the best things you can
Literally.
in the city.
That's why Watkins Glen's so fun, too, because it's just people from Buffalo. A lot of people from Buffalo go. Like, literally, like, when you go to the NASCAR race, and you're like... Because it's like a festival, basically. You're camping for a whole weekend. And you just go, and you're like, hey, hey, and just, you'll hear other people chanting, and like, go Bills!
Hell yeah. That's how it should be everywhere. The entire U.S., the United States of America, is just Bills fans. And then at the end of newscasts, and at the end of political briefings, and at the end of court sentencings, you have to go, hey!
It's a law.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way to legally end the meeting.
That'd be sick. Every single aspect of life. The NFL would be rolling in the dough. But yeah. I've been playing a lot of Rocket League still, of course. So
Yes. Esports.
I decided to change some stuff around to try to up my game because I'm stuck at a plateau again. I've been trapped. Well, I don't really play ranked, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm plat 2 in ranked, but I haven't played ranked in like a month, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But I play a lot of casual, and I play against people because now you can like pretty much see what rank people are because everyone has, with the new tournament updates, you get, when you win a tournament, you get a banner that says like season 2 plat tournament winner, or every time I would get good enough in casual, because it's still skill based, you still go against people like your same like ranks. I would always lose to people with like season 2 diamond tournament winner and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking be losing to these pussies. I need to do better. So I changed some stuff around to try to up my game a little bit. And one of my main issues is to fucking air roll and do aerial shit. Because that's like, you have to be good at that before you can
Literally.
be any better. Like, I can be fast and I can do technical shit on the ground and like fake people
Yeah, if you
out.
can't aerial, you're not going
But
to do anything.
I can't fucking jump up fast or go off the wall and hold the ball into the goal like all the other people can. So I'm trying to figure out new ways to do that. So I changed my field of view a little wider, or longer anyways, and changed my air roll button. And it seems to be going relatively okay. And one of my other main issues is I whiff the fuck out of every single fucking shot that I could take. Miss open nets like a fucking fiend. But I mean, everybody has that problem that plays, so you can't feel too bad about that. But I've been playing against a lot more fucking season 2 diamond and champ fucking people, so I have to be getting at least a little better. But I probably won't try to do any ranked or anything until the next season starts, because I don't want to hop in right before the fucking tournaments end, or right before the season ends.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I don't know. Video games, lol.
Yeah, I've been playing iRacing. It's week 13, so I'm planning on making a video. So hopefully I'll have a video uploaded.
He's been compiling
in a
some
week
clips
or so,
and shit.
because it's iRacing week 13 go burr. So
Yeah.
I've already had some interesting things happen. So
we're gonna probably do a lot of gaming videos like that because they're relatively easy to make, and you know how our channel really likes to be low effort.
Lamentable, right?
Yeah, just like the camera just stopped working again. But that's fine, we're coming to an end anyways. But yes, so keep an eye out on some new kind of content coming your way soon. I know you're just fucking feeling the itch to fucking watch some more Lamentable podcast content.
Sure.
Man, I really want to hear their voices and something different than a podcast. Oh yeah, I want to see them talk during a Rocket League video or a racing game video. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is amazing.
Like, yes, this is so much more entertaining.
So yeah, yeah, that was a podcast there.
It sure was.
Episode 32 of Lamentable Podcast coming to a close here. Thank you for watching / listening and clicking off after realizing we're super fucking boring after 2 minutes of watching. So at least that view counter is going up so my good chemicals can go burr. And yeah, so keep an eye out on some more podcasts / video game content / skits in the future. And we'll see you soon. Don't forget to refill your reusable water bottles.